Joining me now, Dusty Nicol, the CEO of Orbec Gold Mines. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Thank you.
So a new name at the company. You've got this arrangement with the IAMGOLD, which now owns about 15% of the shares. You are busy exploring the property in Chibougamau, very prolific, as we know right now. It's the property is near the Nelligan deposit, near the Monster Lake deposit as well. So can you give us a brief snapshot of what you're doing there?
Yeah, and I'll talk first about the relationship with IAMGOLD. They became a significant shareholder as part of our last financing, end of last year. The money, of course, was significant and very important. More important than the money, however, was the technical collaboration with them. IAMGOLD know that the geology of that part of the world better than anyone. They have Nelligan. They acquired Vanstar to acquire 100% ownership of Nelligan, which is multi-million ounces of gold and growing. Monster Lake, which is somewhat smaller but ridiculously high grade. We're adjacent to both properties and on the same geological trend as both properties. The great advantage we get of the collaboration with IAMGOLD is access to their geologic team. We've in fact formed a technical committee which reviews all of our exploration plans. And I literally could not put a price or a value on the benefit we get from access to their geologic knowledge.
Oh, I would think. Great partner to have for sure, as you say, and they really know the region. So you've identified some high priority targets, and you think there's potential for multiple discoveries. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, the land package we have is very large. It's not always obvious just looking at a map how big it is. It takes 10 or 12 minutes to fly over it. It's over 25,000 hectares, so well over 60,000 acres of land, on the same geological trend as Nelligan. It's a deformation zone called the Guercheville Deformation Zone. It's a major shear structure that hosts gold. It's just looking at the Nelligan footprint and the strike length of that controlling structure that is on our property. There's room for at least one Nelligan. I'm an exploration geologist and therefore an optimist by nature. I think there's room for more than one Nelligan. The plan that we have now is I inherited when I became CEO of this company several years worth of work that had been done. Some of it was on and off. It was affected by the pandemic. It was affected by market conditions. But I have several years and about $8.5 million worth of expenditure of data that I've been able to analyze, to compile, to synthesize. And as a result, we've decided to focus on an area that perhaps unimaginatively we call the Nelligan Corridor, where we just extend the Nelligan structure onto our property. Interestingly, it's not only a continuation of the geology, but it's an area of some of the highest gold and till anomalies ever found in Quebec. And significantly, not only in some cases tens of grams per ton of geochemical anomaly and till, which is ridiculously high, but looking under the microscope, we see very angular, pristine gold grains indicating that they haven't moved very far. So we're clearly on something that contains gold. We're in the right geological setting. We drilled 2 holes in that area 2 years ago when I had just become CEO. We weren't able to complete the holes to the desired depth because of drilling conditions and then the onset of weather problems. We got some traces of gold, but significantly we got the alteration that's associated with Nelligan. So it confirmed our contention that there's Nelligan type environment there. The work we're doing now will be some more detailed till sampling and some detailed geophysics to try to zero in on very precise drill targets to drill this winter.
So you're very well located. You've also got Northern Superior as a neighbor with their property. And so I'm just curious in terms of the strategy, is it to prove out what you have and then you hope IAMGOLD comes knocking or somebody else comes knocking, or is everything on the table?
Everything's on the table, and I've always been opportunistic in my strategy. My experience as a CEO has always been the moment I declare definitively what my strategy will be, something will happen to make me modify it. Obviously, we would love to have IAMGOLD or someone else take us out, but at nothing near our current price. So very broadly, our strategy will be to continue adding value and developing resource, and at the right time, we'll know when the right time is to encourage a bidding war for our company.
All right, very good. Now, lastly here, Dusty, we know we're in a bullish gold environment, up around all-time highs, obviously, but junior explorers are not always getting the love right now. So can you sum up the investment case for Orbec?
Yeah, we actually have a slide in our corporate presentation. I would encourage anyone to go on our webpage, look at our corporate presentation, and there is a slide entitled, "There is only one Orbec." Of all of the companies doing exploration in Quebec, there is none that has a relationship with IAMGOLD that we have. There is none that has a strategic location that we have, and there is none that has the imminent discovery potential that we have. So we think we're more than just a run-of-the-mill, throw-the-dice exploration company. We think that we're uniquely positioned. I think the equity markets will catch up with the gold price, but until then we'll continue doing what we do best, which is exploring in a fertile area.
Thanks, Dusty. We'll be watching.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great stuff. Dusty Nicol, CEO of Orbec Gold Mines.